Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully some people will see this live this morning. If not, maybe I caught you too early. How's everybody's week going so far? For me, my week's been good. Uh, School started this week for my kids. Well, for two of my three. My oldest starts high school next Tuesday. Um, and she's going to a public high school. My two younger kids. My middle child is in fifth grade. My youngest is in pre-K for his second year in a row. I started him early, and the way his birthday falls, he has to do a second year of pre-K. Um, and he doesn't turn 5 until December, so he will be 5 going into kindergarten next September. Um, but for me, it's fine because that just gives him more social exposure and everything. And my kitty is bothering me. What do you want, babies? What do you want? Okay. So besides that, yes. School started. My oldest daughter right now is actually at a friend's house. They're going school shopping with her friend's mom. So, or she's taking them school shopping since they will be going to the same high school. What? Crazy kitty. Um, what else has been happening in my life? Uh, I had a kitten. I don't know if you guys remember. I had rescued her. Well, I don't know if I even said anything about it, but I have rescued her. Our neighborhood, or our rather, our our um resident cat keeps getting pregnant. And this was the first time she had kittens. She actually broke into my basement window and had her kittens in my basement. And I found she had five, or yeah, she had five. She took four, left one, and I was going to keep that one. It was only, like I said, like a week, 2 weeks old. I had it for about 2 weeks, and it didn't make it. It I don't know what happened to it. I don't know. Maybe that's why she left it. It was sick. It didn't want to eat. It did eat a little bit, but I'm going on a sidetrack. So anyway, so she had more kittens, and we couldn't figure out where she had them. And finally, the neighbor across the street discovered she brought all the kittens to her porch, and they were hiding. Well, she was feeding mama cat and big kittens. Um, and she had like milk crates, the kind of black crates you get, like filled with books that she takes and donates, and they were sleeping all huddled in there. And she was going to try to catch them. Um, they were about a month old. She was going to try to catch them and take them to the local SPCA. So you see my kitties uh, behind. Anyway, so my husband scooped one up. Um, I had no intention again of keeping this kitten. I just felt bad that they were so young, and if they were, I wanted to keep the kitten, but I had her for about 3 months. I did have her checked and everything, and then I discovered that her and my older cat were not getting along. My older cat was not happy. She was hissing at me, which is a no-no, which she's never done before. Bad kitty. Now she's clawing at my furniture, which she's never done. So I don't know. But I think she misses the baby cat because she's looking all around. So I don't know. Anyway, a group I belong to on Facebook that's in the area I live. One of the members had worked with paws and did foster, so she told me to bring the kitten and any information I had on the kitten, which all I had was I had her checked and I had her dewormed. Um, and she would have her check the organization and foster her and try to find a good home for her and keep me updated. But I'm sad because now I miss my kitten, because she was the one that greeted me in the morning when I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth. She would come peek and meow at me one little time. She didn't. She was not a meower. Anyway, that is the only other thing that has happened in my life. I miss my baby cat, because this big cat is really not my cat. My daughter picked her out. This is my daughter's cat. This cat is spoiled. I love her. She's a sweetheart. But again, she's not mine. My baby cat was mine. My baby cat was the one I took care of when I thought she got really sick from the deworming medication. I thought she was going to make it because she was like very lethargic. I had her cat bed in my older daughter's room, and I literally laid on the floor with my hand on her body because she was that small, making sure she was breathing, and fell asleep this way. Anyways, yeah, so that's that. I'm live and I don't have any guests. Okay, anyway, purpose of, okay, so that is pertains to my title. My kids went back to school. I can now read, I can now crochet. Oh, the other thing that's happened in my life is I was looking for this yarn I got from Ice. It's pure merino wool, and it was a cream color. I have the blue version of it, but I cannot find this 6 balls of white. It just disappeared. I had it all together in my basket, and it's just not there. There's nobody else in my house that knits or crochets, and I don't know if my husband, when my husband was trying to a few times catch the cat to feed her, if he damaged my yarn and trashed it and then claimed he didn't, or what. Not that he would do that without telling me, but maybe he did damage it, because I don't know. I'm actually missing another ball of yarn I noticed. It's not here, and I don't know where it's at. So it's kind of odd that I'm missing yarn. Who's here? I see one person here. Who's here? Who is it? I see somebody. Who are you? Who's watching me? Well, whoever you are, hello. Cool. One person. Who are you? I wish I could see you. Say something. Say hi. Okay, so yes, I am missing balls of yarn, and it wasn't cheap yarn either. It was expensive yarn. So I either have to replace it or figure out the project that I'm doing with the blue version of the yarn, change it up and do something else. Well, half of something else, or try to make something different than what I was planning. Okay, so what is it that I am working on? Crochet wise, I am working on this. I'll show you right now. This is what I was talking about, the blue yarn. Take out my hook. So I haven't decided, because I can't find the white yarn or the cream yarn that somehow disappeared. I haven't decided if I'm going to make it into a cowl. I'm going to make it into a cowl. I don't know if you could see. But maybe if I stand up. Let me see if I stand up. Maybe if I stand up, you can see better. If I make it into like, just like that. And then make a hat with the, because this is almost 2 balls of yarn for this. Maybe if I make it 3, just to make it a little bit longer, so that way it can be wrapped a second time. I've discovered I'm using the bean stitch. Let me fix my chair. Sorry. I'm using the bean stitch, which I was kind of afraid to do because it uses up a lot of yarn, but I like the texture. And this is the yarn itself. Hold on. The sun is like really horrible right now, but this is the yarn. It's pure merino worsted. It's a number 4. It's 50-gram balls, and they say use a 4 to 5 millimeter knitting needle. So I'm going to assume that it's a 4 to 5 crochet hook or up a size. I'm using a 6 millimeter because I wanted it a little bit loose. I didn't want it so dense and heavy. I wanted a little bit of I wouldn't say laciness, but I didn't want it so like dense and thick and tight, because I've noticed that with stitches like this, um, when you use a small hook or uh, a small hook or a larger stitch with a smaller hook, it makes it thick, which is fine if you want a thick, heavy. But for wool, when it's thick, I don't think it's comfortable, because then it's like thick, and even though you want to be warm because it's obviously a winter item, it's uncomfortable because it's heavy. So I think using the bigger hook gives it a little bit more light. It makes it lighter, and it makes it drapier, I guess you could say. Okay, so yeah, it makes it lighter and drapier. Can you guys hear? Okay, sorry, I'm still trying to figure this out. Okay, and I have one person who's creeping. Can you creep? Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the person. I don't know. Okay, so this is like weird. Okay, so that's one thing I'm working on. I'm still working on my fall blanket, which I showed you guys. Let me see if I can find a picture on my phone, because obviously it's upstairs. It's I call it my stationary blanket, because I don't move it from upstairs. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that well. Probably not. But it's a gold, a copper, and kind of like it's called Classic Erin Color from Ice. It's kind of like the color of leaves. Okay, so that person left. So they were creeping. Whatever, I don't care. Whatever. Like, if I don't interest you, I don't interest you. Whatever. Anyway, it's like the color of leaves when they were like brown and brittle and dry. Okay, so so yeah, I'm working on that, and that's about it for crochet. I have not bought any yarn, which now I'm going to have to if I want to get that white yarn. And what have I been reading? What book adventures have I gone on? Okay, so let's see. What have I read? I finished my Goodreads challenge of 50 books for the year, but I also count audiobooks in that challenge. When I add to my Goodreads read list, because even though I'm not physically reading it, it's being read to me, so I still consider it a book. So I completed my Goodreads challenge of 50 books for the year, which is good. What have I read recently? Well, on NetGalley, I'm trying to catch up my TBR, because I have quite a few arcs I need to read. But what have I read recently? Okay, so I'm doing this personal challenge. I'm doing a personal challenge where one of the booktubers I follow. One of the booktubers I follow, Books and Lala. We share similar tastes, which I've said before. And I'm challenging myself. I went on her Goodreads page because we are friends on Goodreads. And I went through her list. Oh, that's my husband. So I'm on live stream right now. What do you want?
Yeah, what?
I'm YouTubing live. What do you want? I'm on YouTube live. If you look me up, you'll see me. Because I have a channel and I'm live. No, what happened? So what happened? Oh, okay. All right, bye. All right, corny. Yeah, I know. I just answered the phone while I was live. Anyway, he was like, "What?" Because he totally did not know I had a channel. Anyway, sorry about the interruption. Anyway, so I'm telling you, I went through her Goodreads shelves and I chose some books to um read to see if books that she rated high for 3 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, or 5 stars that I've wanted to read or interested me. Uh, if I would read them, if I read them and feel the same way and rate them the same way as her, or if my opinions differ, even though we share similar to reading tastes. So far from that list, I've read 2 Riley Sager books, and she really likes Riley Sager. At least she's not. I mean, she just finished reading his last book, and she really liked it. So I figured, hey, let me go back and see, like maybe I'll like them. Um, I mean, it wasn't like something I wanted to like. I wasn't. I'm rambling. I wanted to read them, but it wasn't like, oh, I have to read them. Like they weren't like high up on that important list. But I did. I read Final Girls, which was his debut novel, and I gave that 5 stars. And then I read The Last Time I Lied, which was his second book, and I gave that four stars. Now each book, I had the who did it wrong, or the what happened, not the who did it, because it's not like a who done it type mystery. I thought I knew. I thought I figured out the mystery or the plot of what was going to happen and who did what and why it happened. And I was close, like I was on the right track, but I was wrong on both books. And both endings, I was like, what? What just happened here? Like, this is not how it's supposed to end. It's not supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be a whole different way. Anyway, so I gave The Last Time I Lied 4 stars because I felt as if some of the things in the book were confusing. Like, it goes from present day to 15 years prior of when the incident in the camp had happened. And sometimes in present day, things happen that you're like, wait, am I reading present day or am I reading 15 years ago? Because of she would be thinking things like the main character would like get pulled back in a memory, and it happens so in a way that you're like, wait, what just happened? What it like, and then you realize, oh, she's remembering something. So that's why I gave it, because it's something I felt I had to get used to. I had to get used to the way the timeline switched back and forth, and sometimes it was present and whatever. So that's what I'm reading now. I'm also reading. I've also read Murder Went Murder at Westminster Abbey by Amanda Carmack, Elizabethan Mysteries #2. I gave that 3 stars. It was okay. It was a cozy mystery. It was you're running up like it. I would continue the series if I could find it, but I really can't. I had gotten that from the library on the free shelf, so you know. And then I finished listening to Mrs. Jeffrey Pleads Her Case, and it's Mrs. Jeffries number 17 by Emily Brightwell. I love, if you're looking for a really cute, cozy mystery series that is a Victorian mystery, this would be the one for you. This book, I love it. And not the book itself, but the series itself. It's cute. And it's even cuter on audio. Now, I noticed that the audiobooks changed narrators. The person that narrates it is somebody different from this part of the series to the beginning when they started. From like, I think it was like book 1 through 14 or 15. Yeah, 15. It's a different narrator. And she still does a good job, but I like the previous narrator better, and her accents and her reading style and all that good jazz. So, yeah. And now I'm reading, it's a Annette Galley book, and it's called Books of the Dead by, I can't even think of who it's by, but I actually read her first book, so I can't think of it. I read her debut novel as an arc. Amelia Bernhard. That too. So I'm reading Books of the Dead, and it's the second book in the series of a Death in Paris mystery. And I'm about a quarter of the way through. And that's one of my Net Gallery arcs that I have to catch up on. So, yeah. So that's about it for me. I don't have any plans for any new crochet projects right now. I'm just gonna work on what I'm working on, which is my blanket. I'm trying not to get too many projects going at once because I don't have time. But yeah, that's that. I wish. I don't think I'm going to live stream very often until I get more subscribers, because it seems as if I'm talking to myself. So there's that. So I'll just look at it like this is a recording instead of a live stream. So yeah. What's in your cup? Well, I have coffee. And my coffee cup says I don't want to be here. Morning. What else? I guess for now that's it. Yeah. Scam calls. So I guess that's it. Let me go. I don't want this to go too long. I enjoyed chatting, I guess, with the one person that was creeping. Anyway, if you do come and visit the channel, come and tell me what you want to see. I mean, basically it's just a books and yarn channel and stuff. But I'm about to get off because I want to go watch The Secret Yarnery live. So come visit there if you. Hey guys, bye. Have a good day. Have a good weekend.